We're on the banks of the Rio Grande, again, somewhere north of where we were last time, at a town with an interesting name, Truth or Consequences. And there's a little trail on the banks of the Rio Grande here, called the Truth or Consequences Healing Waters Trail. We're standing here, just on the bank of the river, we're going to have a look at in a second. And there's an area of wetlands just adjacent to the river. This little signboard just points out the fact that the wetlands along the Rio Grande have disappeared over time, leaving very few left along the river's edge. But they still provide much needed water and food for birds, amphibians, small mammals and reptiles. So there's belated recognition that wetlands are important. They provide a whole range of ecosystem services, but they're much diminished in terms of their original extent. We'll come down to the river. The river here isn't so constrained as it was downstream. It's a little bit freer to move backwards and forwards across the valley to meander. But nonetheless, it's still a regulated river. It's dammed upstream. Flow downstream is controlled. There's all kinds of complex water sharing agreements along the river, and also Mexico receives a portion of the water under an old treaty agreement. There are large-scale dams, there are small-scale dams that perhaps we can see here, a sort of a fairly crude earthen and stone dam, which ponds up some of the water. So it's quite impacted still. And again, the riparian vegetation has probably changed dramatically over recent decades and centuries. Again, here we have a lot of this tamarisk or salt cedar that's colonised the banks and the sandbars along the channel. So it's a nice place to come down, it's a nice place to sort of fish, and there's trails and so on, but the river's probably very far from its original condition. Thanks.